All right, so today is June 7th. Even though we're 7 days into the month, it is the 6th month of the year, aka the halfway mark, end of the second quarter. So today, I'm here to give y'all the 2023 Fitted Hat Community Halftime Report. 2023 has been quite a little year for our tight-knit community. A lot of good stuff to come out, a lot of bullshit to drop, and a little bit of controversy here and there. But all in all, I want to get y'all perspective and y'all thoughts on everything that's been going on. Today, I want to know what y'all think the best stores have been, the worst stores, y'all ideas and thoughts on all the pre-orders that's been coming out, and this Rerocks situation. We finna get into that, and I'm gonna talk my ish about that. But before we get into that, please do me a favor, make sure y'all drop a thumbs up on this video because it's free and helps out the channel more than you know. And consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already. Come keep in tune with the content, my perspective on all things Fitted Hat related, because we lit on this side, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. I don't think I ever said it in the other videos, but I appreciate y'all for the 400 subscribers. We just recently hit that. It means the world to me. We almost at 500. So keep running up the subs, keep running up the likes, and we're gonna keep turning up. Appreciate y'all. First things foremost, I want to say big shout out to my boy Johnny Dot for the video idea. He came to me in my DMs and like he wants to see me talk my shit about what's been going on with all of this. So I put a poll up on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me at 86 Got Brims. Trust me, you won't be ready. But I put a poll up on my Instagram last night, and basically I asked, I want to gauge the people to see what the favorite hat store is so far this year. Like I said, we halfway through. I want to see what people think the most heat has been dropping from, and I was getting a lot of mixed answers. So from the majority of what I've seen so far, people really seem to jack 95 North as the best hat store. And I'm in agreement with y'all for the most part. Me, I'm kind of torn for my number one spot when it comes to the best hat store. It's between 95 North and Hat Dreams. Hat Dreams has been killing it a lot lately, and I love what they've been putting out. Huge step up from what they've been doing. They definitely winning most improved without a doubt, because last year, or was it 2021? I don't remember, but you wouldn't even catch me loading up Hat Dreams site. I didn't even follow them on IG because it was just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. But they did the right thing, started tapping in with the right people, and in general just got their mind right. And they've been putting out bangers ever since. And I can't do nothing but commend them for rising out the depths of the shadow realm that they was in. And now they drop heat consistently. But yeah, I put them in 9-5 in the same bubble. They fight for number one for me. And honestly, if you were to ask me my top 5, and I want to know what y'all top 5 is too, what's your top 5 favorite hat stores as of right now? No order, I'm going to have to say Hat Dreams, 9-5. Toppers in general. Yeah, damn. I should have just made it the top 3, because after that, I really can't decide. Because Hat Club is, I'm not even going to get into that right now. Based on the people that voted, it's very clear that 95 North is the number one seed right now, and I can't be mad at that. You got to do nothing but clap it up for them over there. Shout out Miss Velez, shout out Kuda, because they've been killing the game. You can't deny that. I mean, just go check the catalog. They've been dropping nothing but bombs all year long. They've been doing right, working with people in the community and helping bring their designs to light and life. And not to mention, and not for nothing, the shit that they put out too is just, you feel me? But when it comes to the product, you can't really do anything but commend and clap it up for what they got going on over there, because to see them rise from the bottom as being one of the most hated stores because of that dumbass pre-order situation that they had no control over, to everybody jacking them and everybody wants a part of what's going on, you love to see it, bro. So, and y'all can't even say that I didn't warn y'all, because I've been told y'all what was going to happen, and you feel me? Like I said before, based on the votes, 9-5 is the number one seed. We had a couple stragglers for toppers in general, not just USA or the EU. Toppers, I think I seen somebody say my fitteds. It was a couple places all around in general. So y'all in the comments, be sure to let me know what you think your favorite hat store as of right now, midway through the year, is, and what you think is going to be the number one hat store by the end of the year. We've talked about who's having the best run thus far, but now it's time to talk about who we think is having the worst run thus far. All right, so before we even start talking about it, I want you to tell me who you think is having the worst year thus far in the comments below, in your opinion. So in that same poll, I asked about who y'all think is doing the worst stuff right now, And the unanimous decision amongst most people, what most people wrote, because it was one of the write-out things. It's not like there was a multiple choice thing where I'm like, oh, choose between this. I'm like, you say what you want to say. And exclusive fitted seemed to be the winner amongst most people's common choices. All right? And I can't even say I'm too mad at that. I mean, me personally, I don't think I've checked to see what exclusive fitted has been on pretty much all year, because they've always been a store to me that just drops nothing that I really seem to care about. And usually they do sometimes just drop really bad colorways that turn me off to not even make me want to check to see what they be on. But if there's one thing I think Jamaica Ave, exclusive fitted in particular, but Jamaica Ave in general, all the stores out there have in common and what they're really religiously known for, they are the definition and the scapegoat poster child for being hype trend killers. Alright? Look at me. I want you to ask yourself, how many Real Tree hats has exclusive fitted dropped this year? I don't even know my damn self, but I just want to know. Real Tree seems to have been one of the most hyped things when it comes to this hat community, and I don't know why personally. I am not the biggest fan of it at all. I don't even own a Real Tree hat. There's a few that I've looked at that I said maybe I might get, but ultimately I never did it. Alright? But I want you to ask yourself, if somebody knows and has been paying attention, how many Real Tree hats has exclusive fitted dropped this year? How many Jackie Robinson hats did they drop when that hype train first started? And when you look back at it, how many Astros hats have they dropped with that same fucking billboard logo and all of that? They dropped bare Astros hats just following the hype all the time. They never seem to really think outside the box of themselves or just like create something calm and clean that people would enjoy. They follow the hype OD and they drag it, bury it into the ground. Prime example, back in 2021 when the Detroit Tigers swinging tiger logo was the panic logo, the hype logo that couldn't sit on the shelves. I mean, I'm pretty sure it probably holds that same weight now because it's banned and people gonna up the price on that. But back when that was dropping consistently and that was the panic logo that people wanted the most, what did they do? Sports World too, but we talking about exclusive fitted because somebody did say Sports World as their worst store, but exclusive fitted primarily. Any colorway you could think of. I want you to gaze whatever room you're in. Whatever room you're in watching this video right now, take a look at every color and any color you see on the wall, the lights, the carpet, the ground, the tiles, nigga, the table, your computer, your phone. They're mixing any of those two colors and throwing the swinging tiger logo on it. Alright, and they drug it through the mud. Everything. Red, yellow, orange, green, purple, blue, black. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? There was a swinging tiger hat in any and every colorway you could imagine. And it was just, no, we didn't need it. And I feel they do the exact same thing with anything hype now. Like I said, go see how many Real Tree hats they dropped. They was running that Jackie Robinson patch as the front logo in the thing too for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Running that shit through the mud. I was already not the biggest fan of those, but those made me not even like it even more. Pretty sure they were doing that with the Block S Seattle, Houston Astros. And like I said, I can't really think of anything that exclusive fitted has ever dropped to me that has been like over the top of the line fire where I felt like I needed to have it. I have one exclusive fitted hat in my collection. And the only time I felt like I was feeding to having an exclusive fitted hat was when I first started, before I even really started collecting, where everything is fire to you, or like all those random colorways and stuff like that you've never had or never seen. It's like, oh yeah, I want those. But in the recent years, or the recent year and change, I haven't found myself really wanting anything from exclusive like that. And I don't feel like they're not capable, but they're definitely not up there in the realm that I put any of the better hat stores for sure. So I can understand why people say exclusive fitted. But to me, y'all know how I feel. Hat Club is my number one worst as of right now. And I know a lot of people may not agree with that, but this is just how I feel. And if there's anybody from Hat Club watching this, please. I am expressing my opinion. I'm not bashing you. I have nothing bad to say about y'all personally. This is exactly how I feel. I'm speaking from a hurt customer's point of view. Because I shop at Hat Club all the time. Well, I used to. You feel me? At least from the general public perspective, should I say this. Okay? Because when it comes to Hat Club overall, this year, in terms of exclusives and pop-up events, yeah, y'all been killing it. The amount of NoHo exclusives that came out this year, Even some at the Hat Club by me, Roosevelt Field. In-store exclusive stuff. The Wild Valley collaborations. Y'all been killing it, alright? But when it comes to the online general public people, we've been getting fed dog shit. I want y'all to be brutally honest in the comments and genuinely let me know, how many Hat Club hats have you bought this year that were not in-store exclusives? Because if we talking in-store exclusives, I bought a fair share of stuff this year from Hat Club, you feel me? All the collaborations have been saving them, and the people that they work with, to the point where I'm like, yo, just let them design some packs for everybody to enjoy. Stop gatekeeping stuff behind stores, gatekeeping it really behind one store, because it really feels like Hat Club NoHo is the only store that matters nowadays. Y'all need to fix that. They've had maybe a few, 1-2 decent collections this year. That's why I'm just like, yo, let Justin design the hats again, please. Let him take the wheel, because I don't think it's him that's putting out most of these bullshit. Like, you got these cyborg packs, building blocks. Like, bro, what is that? Honestly, yes, somewhere out there, those are people that love that, but I feel like in the vast majority of people don't want that. I feel like it's been nothing but bare slaps to the face with Hat Club this year. Like, y'all started the year off with the Chocolate Bit Bookie collection. It's a disgrace to even call cookies and cream. Those are not edible. Those are chocolate chip cookies. Y'all give us stuff like that when y'all know very well we would have appreciated a restock of the old ones. Yeah, y'all can try y'all hand at new stuff, but I feel like y'all losing your touch and sense of the community, of what they really want to see and stuff like that. Because all of this stuff with the premium material that they trying, all the satin UVs, all the satin liners, which isn't that bad, but the satin UVs stuff has to stop. It has to stop. I'm telling you, people don't want that. They've expressed that in your comment section enough. But when you're a company and entity, as long as one person's buying it, that's all they need to see and hear, and they don't really care what one person or anybody who doesn't like it has to say. And therefore, y'all get put in the position that y'all are, because we're tired of it. But that's all I'm really asking for from Hat Club, bro. Just either regain y'all sense of community, or just allow the people that are on your team that are more in touch with the community to design the hats for the public, because that other stuff ain't cutting it. But what the fuck does this one guy's opinion really matter? Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Hat Club nice to y'all still, or if they took a dip down the river? Some that we have seen return to the fitted hat this year are...
What the fuck is that, yo?
Are pre-orders, okay? A lot of stores have been offering and opening up pre-orders for hype hot collections that sold out really fast, that they seen that their customers really want. And in the end, a lot of people sometimes consider that, is that a good thing from a collector standpoint? Is it good to open up pre-orders for all the panic hats that people missed out on, or does that hurt collectors? If you're asking me what I think about on that standpoint, I think it's, yes, muy bueno. Open it up, do what you gotta do. Because in the end, the store gets to make their money and people get the hat that they want. I don't see really any negative towards that, other than people trying to hype something up into something that doesn't necessarily have to be that hyped. Or it can still have its hype, just, you know what I'm saying, more people can have it. However, I do understand that certain people with these hats, they have stories behind them when they make them, and that can have some sort of sentimental value to some people or to the masses of people in general. But in most cases, with a lot of people, I don't feel like that's ever the case. They really like to go off the scene behind the hat. It's like, oh, we're a lot of people out there to get this, where they one of the only few people to have it. For the braggadocio standpoint and shit like that, you feel me? But to me, that's never been my type of body. Like, I've never touched a rare hat and thought like, yo, I've lost sleep at night because of the thought of like, oh, this might restock and it's not gonna be as rare anymore, and I'm not, you feel me? That's never been my bop. I've never really cared like that. Cause 9 times out of 10, how many times can you say you've walked out on the street and seen somebody with the same hat that you have on? Right? You feel me? Especially if you're not at like a hat-based event. You're not at a CapCon, you're not at a hat drop, any of that. Just out on the street. You'll never, 9 times out of 10, you'll barely ever see anybody wearing the same hat as you, unless you're wearing like some regular generic shit, you feel me? But other than that, I don't really care. My thing about pre-orders, what scares me, is that the more that it happens, we're going to run into the same situation that we ran into a few years back. Back in 2021, New Era factories were closing down all the time, you feel me? It was like 1 or 2 factories operating, something like that. And production was slowed up to pretty much where a lot of stores were just sitting on product and just dropping older stuff because they weren't getting new stuff in. You feel me? And it even set a few stores back where they couldn't drop hats for months on end because they weren't getting anything new and production slowed down. They didn't have the manpower to keep up with all the orders being put in. And yeah, it was a disaster. The reason I'm even putting that into the air is, well, for one, I got a few pre-orders from a couple different stores of my own. But two, whatchamacallit, I seen a few Real Tree pre-orders get delayed as of recent because they're saying that New Era has a material shortage. And I'm just praying that doesn't somehow snowball into an effect where it's just, it's going to lead to a production slowdown and everything's going to get delayed and then get delayed. People going to start getting mad and eventually stores will just stop doing pre-orders altogether. Because y'all, for the ones that do it, the ones who go bitching in the comments like a month after y'all put the order in, when they give y'all a set time and date of when the hats are estimated to arrive, ruin the things to everybody. So pre-order etiquette 101 for some of y'all that need it. For one, read when you pre-order a hat. 9 times out of 10, it'll tell you the estimated delivery. Estimated means the date that they are giving. They can't change it. They don't make the hats themselves. You just got to do what it is. If it gets delayed, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing they can do about it. You feel me? They just got to sit there and wait, just like you got to do. So if you know you can't wait potentially another 3 months after the estimated delivery date that your pre-order hat says it's supposed to come, just don't order it. You feel me? Just don't get it in general. That's all you got to do and save everybody the headache and the time. Number 2, they do not know where your hat is going to be made. So when people be asking on the pre-order, is it going to be Bang China? They don't know. They will not know until the hat comes in. New Era doesn't tell them. They don't get to pick which factory they want to make their hats at. That goes in general. Stores cannot pick what factory they want their hats made in, because I'm pretty sure they do it if they could. But they cannot. Once they send the order to their rep and the order gets put in, it goes to whatever factory it goes to and it gets made there. And then they find out when the hats come in. Alright, so don't be spamming the comments talking about, is it Bang or China? Because they don't know. From the consumer standpoint, we gotta do better with these pre-orders, y'all. Stop bum rushing the comments after like a week or a month when the pre-order time says 3 months. Stuff like that. But all in all, stop hating on stores for doing pre-orders because it doesn't make any sense. And I just hope the mass amount of pre-orders that are being done doesn't mess up regular production process and we end up in another fitted hat drought, all in all. Last but not least, we here to talk about Rerock. Now, if you don't know what Rerock is, it was a term created on the side of the community to basically denounce and talk about hats that were copied from one store and dropped at another. Okay? And a lot of stores in the community catch flack for doing Rerocks, putting out Rerocks, and stealing other people's designs, basically, right? And my take on it, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments, because, yeah, this is probably one of the biggest issues and controversies in the entire hat community this year, because it's been happening the most this year, I feel like. But I'm really torn in on the middle of it. On 2 different sides, though. I'm torn in the middle of if it's the ethical and right thing to do. As if I would cop Rerocks, hell fucking yeah, I've done that before. And I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But in terms if it's the righteous thing to do, you have 2 sides. No, because you're stealing somebody else's work, time, and effort that they put into a design just for it to end up in the catalog and you can just order it there, right? I just got a notification that fucked my whole train of thought up. You have the side where it's wrong, where you're just doing nothing but stealing others' creative thought process. And you have the other side where you're putting a hat that people really wanted who didn't have a chance to get them into the hands who want them. And for those who aren't in tune with how stuff like that works, any store that sells New Era product, 9 times out of 10 has a New Era account. Through that account, you have a New Era rep who you put your stuff, your designs, your orders in, stuff like that. And all it takes is for you to really, if you want to put out a hat that another store made, right? Because remember, these are all New Era products. The store doesn't own any of these hats. These colorways are not exclusive colorways. You don't own a color. But the hat was made through that store. But it's not like you can go in their New Era catalog and look at the store and what they put out. But remember, every piece of product that you make on a New Era hat is a New Era merchandise, right? And therefore, it has a SKU. All it takes is to go into the catalog, find the SKU that was on the hat that you want, the copy, and you just order that bitch. It's that simple. Why people call it Rerock is to denounce it from the ones that weren't dropped at the store it was originally designed. So it really becomes a debate because when certain stores copy hats, they'll either copy it exactly to the point where, all right, you get it, you don't know the difference. It's literally the same exact hat. It might be a difference in where it's made. Or some stores, aka Brooklyn Cap being the main one, because I don't know how it's supposed to work, but what they do nowadays, when they put those orders in, they change something on the hat. To me, that's the real re-rock. When you re-rocking some shit, you take the original and then you change some bullshit. That's what, to me, when you boof a hat and do something that denounces it from the original and it's not the original anymore, to me, that's re-rock. You feel me? When you buy fake Jordans and look at fake Jordans, one has a Jumpman logo and the other nigga is kicking a soccer ball, that's re-rock bullshit. That's fake shit. You feel me? What pisses me off about that is that most times it's not even the creators that are the ones really getting mad. It's the supporting cast and the people around them that will just come up with bullshit. And a lot of these people are usually resellers. You feel me? Some of that product that y'all couldn't push out for y'all bullshit schemes is now in the hands of people, the general people. You get what I'm saying? All in all, I really feel like it's the ego and the persona behind it which really even seems to piss people off. Because I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all just be, y'all mental be very through the roof sometimes. People who buy copies of these hats are looked at as scum by a lot of these guys because they feel like they're some type of grimy individuals. They be as much to judge them saying that they wear fake clothes, fake shoes. If you buy copies of hats, you definitely the type of wear fake shoes and clothes. Well, for one, I can't take that personal because I know that's not what I do. But that's one hell of a way to try and assume things about people and judge people. Alright, damn. That's one. But two, it's like you can't really even relate that to the same kind of thing because when you buying fake shoes and clothes, it's usually some nigga on the street selling some bullshit, right? You have to manufacture that third party that's not with the same company as whatever you're trying to recreate. Versus with this new era stuff, right? The same company that allows y'all to even have the opportunity to make the same hats that y'all about, right? That same other store has the same opportunity with the same dealer, all right? Y'all work under the same shit. So it's as much as taking that SKU and ordering it too versus it being some fake shit. So all it really is y'all trying to make this bubble of exclusivity for yourselves, which that's okay, but y'all don't want anybody else to enjoy the same shit that y'all have and y'all see it in the hands of people who y'all think shouldn't have it unless they pay a certain amount of money for it. Then it's just like, yeah, all hell is to break loose and y'all people are grimy scum of the earth. You feel me? And I just think that's very weird. It's always the same type of people too. At the end of the day, people love to talk about pocket watching and all that other shit. It's okay for somebody to not pocket watch somebody who pays a crazy amount for a hat that they want, that they feel is one of those ones. But it's not crazy to watch the pockets of somebody buying basically the same shit for a cheaper price. But just because it's not from the outlet that it came from, that doesn't make any sense for me. That they like to directly support the creatives who make the hat instead of the other people that steal that. I can understand that, all right? But at the end of the day, which is why I say I have no problem copying a Rerock hat of something I know that I want, that I'm not paying $200 for on the resale market. Because you tell me how I'm directly supporting the creative if I'm paying $300 to a nigga that had nothing to do with the creative mindset for somebody else's art. You feel me? That doesn't make any sense to me in the slightest. Why should I pay resale and pay this guy $300 for a hat that he paid $50 for just because he went to the store? Who am I supporting at that point? The reseller? Because if the creators were charging a crazy amount for the hat, that's a different story. I have no problem if these niggas were the ones saying, oh, I have my own stock of my hats, it's $150. Would I buy it? Maybe not, but you can't do nothing but respect it. That's their art, right? And then when it comes to the insecurity part, what do y'all say about those same people who keep the tags on their hat to let you know where they got it from, which is honestly fucking y'all up in the end. If you know, you know. But, like, you feel me? What about them? Are they insecure people for, like, trying to overflex their hat and let them know that, oh, yeah, this is the one from blah, blah, blah? Come on now, bro. At the end of the day, when I'm trying to get flowered these hats, these niggas don't care where the fuck I got my hat from. I know. And at the end of the day, I feel like it's more of a thing where if I know who designed it, who cares? You feel me? I'm not going around saying, oh, Brooklyn Caps designed this whatever. You feel me? I'll do my research. I know my homework on who designed the hat. 9 times out of 10, that's why I wanted it. But all in all, to each their own. I guess I can't really say nothing until I have it happen to me. But it's like when you make a hat, you kind of know what comes with it and that it can happen anytime, anywhere. But yeah, man, you can't please everybody, and that's the 2023 fitted hat halftime report, though. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. Definitely let me know down in the comments below the best store, worst store, what y'all think about these pre-orders and the Rerocks situation. I don't see Rerocks stopping anytime soon unless New Era themselves puts a ban hammer on, like, okay, you can't order out the catalog anymore unless it's like regular team color stuff. But I don't see that happening yet because they want to make money. I'm sorry, this video is definitely probably going to be long, but with the type of video that it is, it only makes sense. I'm sorry, but if you enjoyed it, please make sure y'all drop a like on the way out if you didn't already. Drop a comment, let me know what you thought about it. Subscribe if you're not already. Keep in tune, turn on that post notification bell so you know we drop heat like this because we do it all the time. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, and yeah, man, I'm going to catch up with y'all in the next one, you heard? Peace.